This video is brought to you by the SmallRig W60 wireless microphone. The 7Hz Timeless are a fantastic IEM from 2022 with a big planar driver and a bold design. But what happens when a capable audiophile tunes them? The best audio experience that I've ever had, and it's not even close. This is an exceptional product, and the great sound is only part of the experience. More on this coming up in my review of the 7Hz Timeless AE. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Thomas, and who doesn't love a beefy sounding IEM? I'd first like to thank Linsol for sending this IEM out. Do check out the links in the video description as to where you can find them for sale. They are on sale right now for $259. That sounds like a lot. In fact, that's similar pricing to the Apple AirPods Pro. But trust me, these sound way better than the Apple AirPods Pro. The already great Timeless was a big 14.2mm planar driver in a circular shell, known for great bass and fantastic resolution. The AE in this version stands for Angeles, the collaborator who tuned the Timeless to give us a rather different and even better overall Timeless. In the audio world, $259 isn't crazy expensive, but for people just coming into the space, it is going to seem like a lot of money. Before we get onto the incredible sound, let's talk about what you get in the very stylish box. Well, you get 11 pairs, yeah that's right, 11 pairs of silicone ear tips, no foams to be seen, which is a bit of a shame. I feel like it would have gone a long way to just cut out half of those silicones and put in another half, 5 or 6 pairs of foams. It's not the end of the world, it's not a deal breaker, but it would have been nice. You also get this really thick, heavy duty cable, which doesn't seem to really match the IEM itself. It just kind of feels like that it's made for a big set of headphones, but we'll get onto it a little bit later. You also get this really nice sort of leather box, which is a hard shell. It just about fits these things in, and it looks pretty cool. You also get 3 interchangeable tips for the cable, so you get 3.5 and then 2.5 and 4.4 balanced. Really nice to see these included because it's a very thin end. It's a very streamlined process. It's sort of like a screw in setup. I'll try and get some B-roll of it. It's quite an interesting setup, quite an interesting design, and obviously is well worth the money that you pay for it. Let's touch on that cable. This thing is very big. It's not particularly long, I did find, but I would say long enough for a standard set of IEMs. It's like a braided setup with a really thick main cable that then splits into a more malleable sort of 2 sets that go to the IEMs. Now this cable isn't really supple, it's like the opposite of that. It's quite stiff, it's not particularly malleable, it's not the nicest cable, but to be quite honest, it's not bad. It kind of depends on what you're used to and what you want in a cable. This thing feels heavy duty, it doesn't feel like it's ever going to break, it feels really sturdy. It's not the same as the cable that came with the PR1 Pros, which is really sort of supple and thin and light. This is the opposite of that, it's very chunky. Not a lot of people that have reviewed it found the cable to be that good. I don't mind it, but there are better cables out there, and given that it's a 2-pin setup on the Timeless AE, you could easily replace the cable if you really wanted to. You also get included a set of replacement filters in case the ones in the IEMs get gunged up or they fall out or anything like that. This is nice to have, however, you only get the 1 pair, so hold on to it, keep tight, make sure it's all safe. This video is brought to you by SmallRig and its W60 wireless microphone. This set is light, convenient, and a great tool for videographers, either amateur or professional. The 2 mics charge in this battery case and can be clipped to the talent as to record audio whether you're here, or even over here. Check out where you can buy the W60 wireless microphone with the link in this video's description, and a massive thank you to SmallRig for sponsoring today's content. All audio for this segment was recorded with the W60. Ironically, the giant cable kind of matches the giant sound from these things. The circular design is rather bold and will be polarizing, but I'm in the likey camp, I quite like it. They're not my favourite design by any means, but I do like the simple faceplate. They don't sit crazy deep in your ear and can be a little loose of a fit if you don't get the right tip. You'll need a wide opening ear to fit these in, but my relatively small ears pose no problem, so your mileage may vary. My fiancée Katie, for example, basically couldn't fit these in her ears. Let's talk sound. These are a big planar. The sound feels grand and large, there's heaps of detail and layer separation, though the tuning actually creates a more V-shaped graph, so plenty of added bass and treble coming from the original Timeless. The AE are a fantastically fun IEM to listen to, if not the most technically accurate. For me, personally, and I'd like a more bassy, more fun sound, these are better than the IE300s, better than the Hook X's. The sound is just bigger, it's grander. And because my music library varies so heavily from orchestral to basic pop to metal to hip hop, because it kind of goes everywhere, this IEM matches all of the music so well. It makes the music sound so good to me that it's my new favourite. I don't think it can compete with the Duno SA6 Ultras or the Clairvoyants or, you know, the Oracle Mark IIs, anything like crazy 500, 600, 700 euros, $700, whatever. These are $259, but they do sound better than anything below it, and also the AirPods Pros, anything like that. They sound well worth the investment, if that makes sense. Whether I'm listening to London Grammar, Rage Against Machine, Logic, AGR, the London Symphony Orchestra, or The Doors, music just sounds better through them. There's lots of clarity in the vocals, there's decent highs, but they're not super sparkly, so if you're into that, maybe avoid these. I know I said they're V-shaped, but it's not crazy on the high frequencies. They're definitely there, they're definitely present, they're very clear, but they're just not like crazy like the PR1 Pros. For gaming, these also sound great. Imaging is very good. It's not the best I've heard, but it is still very, very good. And I did find actually that the ability to hear the layer separation in the instruments is still pretty good, although from what I can research, I've heard that the original Timeless just have better layer separation, better sort of resolution. Maybe that's because Angel Ears tunes these to be more fun than more technically accurate. Needless to say, for movies and games, these things sound just as good as when you're using them for music. They are so well rounded, they are so grand. When you're playing a really intense game or you're watching an intense movie, I mean, I listen to the Interstellar soundtrack quite a lot with these. They just sound so grand, so beautiful. It's like you're sitting in a Dolby Atmos theatre. It really is quite something special. If you're coming from, you know, the Oracle Mark IIs or the Dunos, don't expect anything crazy. These are going to impress the bass heads, but they're not going to be quite on the technically excellent level that those are. For anyone coming from AirPods Pros or, you know, even the PR1 Pros, the Hook X's, the IE300s, still pretty decent IEMs. These are just going to sound out of this world. And if you're not into bass, don't even bother. So yeah, overall, this is my new favourite IEM, really enjoying it, and will continue to enjoy it until I have to review the next one, which I'm not sure when that's actually coming, but we'll find out. Again, massive shout out to Linsol for providing this IEM for review. Please do check out their links in the video description. As always, really appreciate them. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and a massive shout out to my patrons for being continually supportive. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I'll catch you later. Peace.